So I was Michelangelo, the artistic flow coming from STL mode. The legendary shows, I knew I'd be a star, but little did I know it wouldn't be from bars. See, that's the big league, the radar online. I wasn't the undefeated, but I still was gon' shine. I took a few L's, took them shots like Pop, but then I got my weight up like Jason Whitlock. Pivot like Brian Clark, skipping Bailey, Shannon Sharpe. Don't have to scream like Stephen A to get my point across. Climb Jamel Hills, won carry championships. They were quick to pull the gun, hoping Rob would quit. But 15 years later, Rob's still the shit. Rob's still legit. Rob's still on everyone's pound for pound list. Rob is courtside, Rob is ringside. Catch Rob outside at the 50-yard line. Don't act surprised, Rob is a winner. George Steinbrenner cooking up these headlines. What you want for dinner? The Black Sports Center, you know who I be. Triple OG, the Ohio State University. That's who reps me. I'm love for a friend. I just murdered this track, call that a dead spin. The headline king is back. One of the coolest things, if you're someone like myself, where Pops wasn't around a lot and your mom wasn't really into the holiday spirit, is when you have your own family, your wife, your kids, your white picket fence, your dog. You get to do cool stuff that you wish you could have done when you were a kid. In this case, dressing up the entire family for Halloween. We're going with the Wizard of Oz theme. As you can see, I am the Tin Man. I have to do my video in costume because we'll be going out around the neighborhood and doing some trick-or-treating and doing some other stuff with some other families. It's really, really cool. So when people try to tell you that, don't get married, don't do this, don't do that, just always remember, you got, first off, do what's best for you. But if you do have the opportunity to get with someone, your soulmate, someone that makes your life better, and have a family, and do these things, because it sets up wonderful memories that your kids will remember and you will remember for a very long time. Now, getting into the headlines with Robert Littal, the best Halloween movies. I'm not going to go through a full list, but I will tell you this. The best Halloween movies are the ones that are truly comedies. Like the first two Halloween movies, straight comedy. Wait till if you're an adult, if you're over 20, you're 21 and over, watch the originals, not the remakes, not the, watch the two original Halloween movies. You will crack up laughing. You got Michael Myers riding around in the station wagon, following people in broad daylight. Nobody sees them and everything. It's going through the hospital where there's literally no doctors, no nurse, like one nurse at the hospital. Man, the first two Halloween movies, a comedy. Scream, the first couple, especially the first one, straight comedy. My favorite Friday the 13th movie is Jason Takes Manhattan. It's where Jason is get on this boat and he ends up in New York. The best maybe Jason Voorhees scenes of all times, when the black guy decides he's going to box Jason on the roof. You check that out. Funniest movie of all time. All of the Freddy movies, especially the first couple of ones, very, very funny. The best Halloween movies of all time are always comedy. So you make sure, if you're going to watch some movies tonight, watch the old school movies. Some of the new school movies are a little too serious for me. I like it when it's kind of cheesy, and I like it when it's kind of funny, and I like it when it's kind of stupid, and I like it when, the kids don't use common sense to get out of the situation. I like those type of Halloween movies. Now, I did this for you. I just want you to know that. I did this for you. Joe Smith's wife, we did the story yesterday. He was upset that he found out she had an OnlyFans page. Come to find out, she's a OG porn star that starred in movies like NYDP Blue and Screw the Right Thing. I did some research because I'm a journalist, and that's what I do as a journalist. It's my job to check out these type of things so I can give you the type of information about these hard-hitting journalistic stories. That's my job. So I went and, kind of checked out her work just to see if it was something that Joe Smith should be concerned about in 2023. And let me just say, she has talent. I don't know if she's number one overall pick talent, like say Janet Jackme, but she definitely would probably go in the lottery. She would probably be a first round pick, maybe late in the first round, maybe not top 15, but definitely top 30. You know what I'm saying? For her genre business. That's just my evaluation, my Mel Kiperine of what I saw from NYDP Blue and Screw the Right Thing. I just, that's just my evaluation. Take it with a grain of salt. There's no such thing as draft experts. We're all just giving opinions. If you do a little researching on your own, you'll be able to jump to your own conclusion. Maybe she's top 5. Maybe she falls into the second round like Will Levis. That's up for you to decide. Some people think it's maybe a skit. Maybe they're doing it to hype up her OnlyFans because they need the money. I really hope that's true for Joe Smith's case. James Harden finally got his wish. He's been traded to the LA Clippers. So now and we got the details of the trade, and the Clippers didn't give up any of their big, quote unquote, big three. So it will be Harden, Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard on the Clippers at the same time. That doesn't seem like something that is actually going to work, if we're being perfectly honest. But my theory on it is that Harden is insurance for when either Paul George or Kawhi Leonard eventually gets hurt, because they always get hurt sometime during the season, and that's normally when the Clippers go into a little bit of a downfall. So if you have James Harden, maybe when that happens, you don't just fall down to a lower seed, and then when the playoffs comes around, you maybe have home court, or in the sense that if, say, Kawhi Leonard needs a day off in the playoffs, now you have James Harden to kind of pick up the slack. That's my theory on it. Will it work? Probably not. But, I get what the Clippers are trying to do. The more quote-unquote superstars that you have, the less liability. And they're running out of time because Kawhi and Paul George are going to be free agents soon. Harden is going to be a free agent. I believe Westbrook is on a 1-year deal. So they have to, make this shake right now. They got to make this happen right now. So just their job, let's just throw everything, throw it all on the glass, throw it on the glass like NYDP Blue. See what happens, see how it shakes out. It'll be interesting to watch. That's the interesting thing about the NBA. It's funny, all these teams are making these moves and trying to collect all of these parts. The Nuggets are just kind of humming along at 4-0 with their core. That really looks, unstoppable at the moment. Dabo Luther King, he was upset. Dabo has a radio show, and a guy called in and said, "Hey, Dabo, why are we paying you all this money to go 4-4? It doesn't look like you're a good coach unless you have a generational quarterback, bailing you out." And Dabo, I mean, he went on for about 5 minutes about, how if he wanted to take the job, you could take the job, and he's not gonna let no kid talk to him like that, and don't call back. It was not very Christian of Dabo Luther King. It was not very Christian of him. He didn't sound like someone that, was working for the Lord. Because remember that, Dabo said, the only name, image, and likeness they were using is the one for the Lord. I didn't put my my phone on silent, so stuff is popping up like 100 times. They just traded Chase Young to the 49ers. The 49ers are trying to win the Super Bowl like the 2000 Ravens. All defense and Christian McCaffrey. All defense and Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it can work. It can work. So, I mean, if you can shut people down, it can work. I don't know. So, yeah, Dabo Luther King is stressed a little bit. Yeah, Clemson's dynasty was over when Chris Olave cooked that double coverage in the semifinal game. Ohio State put an end to Dabo Luther King. But, it's just, you just need a good quarterback. Obviously, The last couple that he thought were going to be the next Trevor Lawrence, the next Deshaun Watson, did not turn out that way, and that's why he's struggling. What other stories we got going on? Oh, a couple of high school teachers in Missouri have been suspended because I guess either some other teachers or some parents found out they have OnlyFans as well, and they are now doing a tag team of teachers OnlyFans and some big white women that's doing this. If you're into that, I got some special codes if you want to sign up and subscribe to them if you're into that type of stuff. There's always been this debate on the teachers. They have kind of this moral standing that, because they're teachers. But the crazy thing about it is, we pay teachers like trash. I think this is in Missouri. I mean, they don't even get paid $50,000 a year. And as someone that went to school in Missouri, that's not enough money to handle the kids that are in high school in Missouri. I'll tell you that right now. So they make a little supplemental income on the side. And people have always been, what you do on the side really shouldn't affect what you do in the classroom. Are you a good teacher? Are the students learning? What are their grades? Do you have a good connection with the kids? I can sort of understand the other side because the kids now are very technology based. So and this is high school, so they can go to Miss such and such's OnlyFans, and if they got $5 on a debit card, can see her off school hours what she's doing. So I see both sides of it. But if you raise the salaries, maybe there wouldn't be a need to do that, especially considering they only work 9 months of the year. What do you come down on that? Do you think it's okay for the teachers to be on the pole or having OnlyFans on the side, or because they're teachers and they're teaching your kids, you don't want your kid to see Miss such and such twerking at 1 a.m. And doing some other. One of the teachers are married. That's another, as we talked about Joe Smith, like, how do you feel if your wife comes to you and say, hey, babe, listen, the rent's due, the mortgage is due, the car payments due, the health insurance is due. We don't got it. But I got these sheets. I got these sheets. So, this is how we can make up this money. You want the kids to have a nice Christmas. And I got to do what I got to do. I got these, these milk triple D's to get us some cash. If you were a married man, how would you, that emasculate you? Would you just, instead maybe just go do an Uber or work at Amazon at night or something? Or you'd be like, hey, babe, do what we got to do for the family. Davante Adams, man, I don't think he's going to get traded, but I'm sure he wants to. I understood Davante wanting to get paid and everything. I didn't understand the, I want to go play with Derek Carr. I know that's his boy and everything, but, it was maybe because Derek Carr, is an 8-8 quarterback. You're not going to be awful. You're not going to be great. So it's kind of cool to get paid and just be, average, I guess. But now that you got Jimmy G, you're going to be terrible. Now you're talking about, 6 and 17 games. Now what? So 6 and 11. 5 and 12, and then you're wide open. You're putting on these smooth moves during your route, and Jimmy G's overthrowing you by 20 yards. Yeah, that could be frustrating. I was in the stadium covering the Super Bowl when it was the 49ers and the Chiefs, and the Chiefs had made their comeback. They were down 20 to 10. Got a big catch from Tyreek Hill. Bosa had got held. Bosa was going crazy because he thought he was going to be able to meet Trump. If they won, he was unblockable. But anyway, they had got up, I think 24-20, and the 49ers got the ball back. They had plenty of time. They just needed, a touchdown. And I forget who the receiver was, but whoever he was, he broke free. And I was in they had us, the media, sitting in the end zone, right? So I had the end zone view, and the wide receiver was running towards me. So I could see all the coverage on the back end. And he made a little move with his hips, and he split the two deep zone. And I saw exactly when he split the zone. And when he split the zone, I saw Jimmy G cock his arm and throw it. And when I saw it, in the air when they let it go. I was like, Jimmy G's gonna be never gonna have to pay for a drink in San Francisco or Santa Clara ever again. I said, this is it. He's gonna win the Super Bowl on a 50-yard touchdown pass. So the wide receiver had at least 4 or 5 yards on the safety in the corner. He was in the end zone. It was an easy touchdown. And Jimmy G overthrew him by about 5 yards. And you know what happened after that. So Davante Adams, good luck. At least you got low housing in Vegas and you have a lot of money. I don't know what you're going to do. I know you're under contract. The best thing that can happen for you, Josh McDaniels to get fired. You will maybe get Eric Bieniemy to come in, get a new quarterback, maybe you draft a new quarterback, and everything will be all right. So just try to make it through the season without running over any cameramen or anything. This was an interesting story. Gabrielle Union just turned 51. Black don't crack. She looks amazing for 51. And when people aren't talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, a lot of people like to talk about Gabby and Dwyane Wade as their kind of weird, couple. They got like strange stuff going on. She celebrated her birthday, her 51st birthday. But Dwyane was nowhere to be found. It was a kind of a girls' night, which is not unusual. Sometimes, as you have a birthday month, whatever, you celebrate with your girls, you celebrate with your family, you celebrate with your husband. It's not unusual, but, there's been some whispers that they could be the next, Jada and Will. There could be a memoir that's coming out. There's maybe some friction that's going on behind the scenes. If they break up, that's going to cause the internet to break. that is going to cause way too many think pieces, way too many videos, way too many Instagram posts, way too many TikToks. I actually want them to stay together because I don't want to see it. So please, Dwyane and Gabby, hopefully this is just a rumor, nothing serious. You guys are good. I mean, if you made it through Dwyane having a break baby, having a whole other child while you guys was together, whatever's going on right now, you should be able to work through that. And I hope it gets better because I can't deal with it. It's bad enough we have to deal with Will and Jada and Travis and Taylor Swift and all this other stuff. We can't. This is at least if you're gonna do it, at least wait till mid 2024. We can't take any more in 2023. Skims and Kim Kardashian, according to my notes here, is now the official underwear of the NBA. Say what you want about the Kardashian Jenners. For a bunch of young ladies that don't really have any discernible talent, besides the fact that they're good looking or their plastic surgeon made them good looking in a couple of their cases, they know how to make some money, man. You know how people say, $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z. Maybe it should be $500,000 in dinner with Kris Jenner. Maybe that's the real thing. Because here's the thing about Jay-Z has talent. If we all could rhyme like Jay-Z, and was in that era, maybe it's possible that through our, skill set that we could have branched off into other things. So everybody doesn't have Jay-Z rapping talent, but anybody can be, look like Kylie Jenner and get surgery and then look like, look like an ant booty. So yeah, you should probably take that dinner with Kris Jenner. Like, what the hell are you doing? How did you do this? According to, my girl's a superstar all from a home movie. But I don't know, man. I mean, obviously that's where a lot of people found out who Kim Kardashian was. And they rolled that into a lot. My God, I mean, you got NBA sponsorship. Is LeBron wearing Skims? Is Steph Curry in Skims? What's going on? I can't hate them. I can't. If you are talentless and you find a way to become a billionaire, I guess that's a talent. I guess that's your talent. Your talent is figuring out a way to make money. That is a talent. I'm not exactly sure how you quantify it, but it's a talent. That's a talent. To not have any talent, none at all. They literally have nothing. They did nothing. Just their mother was really smart. And Chris has talent. She has business acumen, marketing acumen. But the kids, no. I mean, some people say being good looking is a talent. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I can't hate on it though. I cannot hate on it. The last thing was Shannon Sharpe won his defamation lawsuit against Brett Favre. Brett Favre had sued him for defaming him because Shannon said Brett was taking money from the poor people of Mississippi. Obviously, Brett Favre lawyers are just stealing money from him because clearly they know what the definition of defamation is. Defamation is if you say something out of the blue and it causes, and it's maybe a lie, and it causes a person to lose some money, right? So if, you said, Brett Favre liked little boys or something, right? And you just said that on national TV, then obviously if it wasn't true, you can say, hey, that's defaming for obvious reasons. If there's a lawsuit and there's credible evidence and there's text messages and there's emails that literally show Brett Favre saying, hey, how can I take this money and nobody knows about it? And you know that the money is coming from the poor people, the welfare system. And then you go on television and repeat that. It's not defamation. That's just talking. And even the judge was like, this is stupid. Why are we even in here? Uncle Shannon did not bend the knee like Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee got all nervous and everything, thought it was going to mess up his ESPN deal. So he got on TV and said, oh, I love Brett Favre. I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm just an entertainer. I'm just saying entertaining things. Please forgive me, Mr. Favre. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. And then, he dropped the lawsuit because, he bent the knee. Shannon, understanding the law, and his lawyers understanding the law, knew it was a sham type of situation and got the lawsuit dismissed. Sadly, the only thing is probably Shannon had to pay X amount of dollars in lawyer fees. That's why if you're famous, it's probably just best to have a lawyer on retainer. I don't know like how much these retainers are for like famous people or rich people, but it's probably better to have, you're paying somebody $1,000, $2,000 a month or whatever it is to handle all your random legal situations than something big happening that is BS and having to pay them $50,000, for just one case that was silly from the beginning. So feel free to talk bad about Brett Favre. Obviously, the case has set a precedent for all media people and just people in general that you can say that Brett Favre stole from the poor people of Mississippi, and he clearly cannot sue you anymore. So happy Halloween. If you're going to go out, a couple of things, just a couple of notes. This is, Uncle Rob, I guess, talking to you. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Be careful wherever you're at. They already had that shooting, I guess, in Florida. America is terrible. It's a terrible country. So be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what you're doing. Ladies, be very careful out there. Watch your drinks. Watch if anybody's following you and stuff. Fellas, be careful as well. Same type of situation. Try to get inside. Try to be safe. We want you here. It's October the 31st. I want to see everybody back here tomorrow on November 1st watching the headlines. Okay, so you guys be safe out there. I'll be in the house by 8 o'clock. I'll stay out too late. We're going to go trick-or-treating around the neighborhood. I'm going to steal all the candy from my daughter, who I believe is dressing up with Annie. Well, I'm not Annie. Whoever the little girl is, and whatever we're doing, whatever we got going on right now. This is good. I wanted to be the Avengers, but as you can see, I lost out on that argument. I'm out. Follow me on X at BSO. You can see all of these on the Headlines podcast with Robert Littal. Just type in Headlines with Robert Littal and any of your podcasting things. It's on YouTube, BSO TV, Instagram, BSO TV, Facebook, Black Sports Online. I will see you tomorrow. Please, please, please be safe out there. Keep aware of your surroundings. We'll see you back here for November. We made it to another month.